Welcome back to Underage Packers. This is Joey. We have quite a few Packers stories that have compiled over this week since the preseason game on Saturday. It is only Wednesday, folks, but there is so much roster construction, so many moves going on that I wanted to make a quick video today to recap all of the stuff you might have missed. So let's start off with the big headline story today, and that is Devin Funchess being placed on season-ending IR, injured reserve. And this is obviously big news for Funchess, the wide receiver battle, roster construction. If you're paying any attention to any of that, Devin Funchess opted out last year, suffered an injury week 1 of 2019 with Indy, and now with a shoulder injury, I want to say, is going to miss all of 2021. And this will be the end of his contract. He signed a 1-year deal with the Packers back in the offseason of 2020, opting out, push that contract forward a year. Here we are, 1-year contract that's going to expire this upcoming March, and it's very hard to see the Packers extending him. Injuries piling up now. Even before this one that has him out for the season, he had one earlier in camp, I believe. So not good for Devin Funchess, obviously. Really just a sign of nothing being guaranteed in professional sports. So that's unfortunate for Devin, but it does open the door for a few other young players on the Packers roster, specifically Malik Taylor and Juwan Winfrey. Now, Winfrey, he had a really good camp, had a really good mini camp. He's been on the Packers for the past 2 years. He's faced some injuries quite often as well. But any opportunity he's gotten so far, he's made the most of it. So he is dealing with injury right now, but he will be back at some point eventually. Maybe they'll obviously keep him on the practice squad, and then maybe he makes his way up to the active roster. And I think that kind of gets lost a lot in this 53-man roster construction. That is the initial 53-man roster. By 2 weeks after that is finalized, there's already a lot of changes happening. So just because one player doesn't make it to the 53-man roster, they'll make it to the practice squad. They'll work their way up. Not for every player, obviously, but the initial 53, the initial is quite a big part in that big thing being finalized this next Tuesday. All right, Kamal Martin, the next topic today. Kamal Martin was released yesterday, Tuesday. Quite a surprise. The Packers had to go down from 85 to 80, and Kamal Martin, former 5th-round draft pick from last year from Minnesota, was released. So, really interesting move by the Packers. I did say in my 53-man roster prediction video, I'm not saying I'm right or I told you so, but I was correct. And I didn't release Kamal Martin in my prediction, but I did say he might not make this team. And I also said that with Kadar Holman, I said there's a very good chance a 6th-rounder from Toledo, cornerback Kadar Holman, doesn't make this roster. Also, Kadar was traded for a 7th-rounder yesterday. So let's play the clip. Inside linebacker, I did end up keeping Oren Burks and Ty Summers, and then Kamal Martin, Devondre Campbell, and Chris Barnes. Kamal Martin might be a fringe roster guy. He might not make this team, especially with how low he's been on all of their practice teams. I mean, you've had Oren Burks and even sometimes Ty Summers going out in front of him. They've tried to put him at outside linebacker. So who knows what the Packers think of Kamal Martin at this point. Kadar Holman might only make it to the practice squad. We've heard certainly a lot more about Kabion Ento, Shamar Jean in these past few weeks at camp. Kadar, 6th-round draft pick from Toledo from the 2019 draft. So I don't know if he makes this roster. Isaac Yiadom, in my opinion, has a better chance than him. Thank you. Those are our 3 major stories for this past week. Yeah, Kamal Martin, it's a shocker for the Packers after 1 year where he was getting a lot of reps after coming back from injury. He had quite a bit of involvement on the defense, Kamal. and then to release him, but it was real when that pick first happened. It was one of those classic cases where he fell quite a bit because of a lot of injuries over his career in college, and it was a low risk, high reward type pick for the Packers, investment type pick, and it didn't end up working out in Kamal or the Packers' favor. Kadar Homan, I really wish we got to see more of him. He didn't get his chances really that much in this preseason. Um, so Kadar, short career with the Packers. All right, now we got some minor things right here. The Packers released as well to get down to 80 defensive lineman Josh Avery and wide receiver Chris Blair. Then they also placed Will Redmond on injured reserve yesterday. So Will, kind of safety linebacker hybrid, pretty small player. Um, he's all right, good special teamer. Wish he could have caught an interception at the end of a first half of a game, and the play that followed that wasn't a good one. Just throwing it out there, but he is also done for the season. Along with Isaac Nada and DeAndre Hopkins, who were placed on season-ending IR earlier this week. Finally, today the Packers signed Abdullah Anderson and Steven Denmark with the new open roster spots they got today. So both of them formerly played for the Bears, so I don't know who they're scouting, where they're getting this info from on these players. But nothing too much to report on there. They another cornerback in the room to try out. So that's always fun. And finally, Jordan Love is back practicing. He was back yesterday, fully participating after facing a shoulder injury against the Houston Texans in the preseason. So hopefully he'll be able to play quite a bit in this last and final. The two, those are the two objectives. Very, very different in meaning. The last and final preseason game against the Buffalo Bills this upcoming Saturday. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you think about all these moves. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you later. As always, go Pack Go.